And all eyes are on Sri Lanka, where official results of the landmark presidential elections will be announced shortly. An island-wide curfew has been in place through the night. Now morning, it has not been extended. Media reports on early trends show Kumara Dissanayake leading with nearly 52% of the vote. Sajith Premadasa has around 21% and Ranil Wickremesinghe in third position with 19%. The counting is underway amid tight security and precautionary curfew. The Election Commission has been praised for holding what many observers describe as the most peaceful presidential election. The big focus remains on the three anticipated preferential candidates, Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe, main opposition leader Sajith Premadasa, and Marxist-leaning challenger Kumara Dissanayake. Now, while there was a record number of candidates in the fray, as many as 38, there was no woman candidate. Now, 74.45% voting was recorded yesterday, which is lower than the 83% recorded in the 2019 elections. The election is widely seen as a referendum on Rajapaksa's successor, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who has restored some stability through austerity policies backed by the International Monetary Fund. On the other hand, the measures, including tax hikes, have left millions struggling to make ends meet and are unpopular with many voters. Now, under the Sri Lankan voting system, the citizens indicate their top three candidate choices on the ballot. A candidate has to secure over 50% of the votes plus one to be declared a winner. If no candidate meets this majority, a second round of counting will take place. All right, for more on this, we are now being joined by Dastani Athalda, our correspondent, joining us live on the broadcast from Colombo. Now, thank you so much, Dastani. Of course, we're getting the first few results, and we see Dissanayake has been leading Sajith Premadasa around 21% and Wickremesinghe at third in 19%. Now, what do you say about this?
Oh, yes, these are early trends, and from the results we have received so far, and almost all postal votes have been announced, which means there's a total of 22 postal votes. As of right now, 21 of those results have been released. In terms of polling divisions, Sri Lanka has 160 polling divisions, of which just 7 of them have been released so far. No district votes have been issued, and in another update, the ongoing curfew, which was set to end at 6 a.m. today, just mere moments ago, was extended until 12 noon as a precautionary measure. If you take a look at these early trends, it clearly shows a sizable lead for Kumara Dissanayake, who at the moment, with a cumulative of 531,000 plus votes, and Sajith Premadasa leading in second with 219,000 plus votes. And of course, incumbent President Ranil Wickremesinghe coming in third with 191,000 plus votes. So this has clearly, at the moment, given a sizable lead to the NPP's Kumara Dissanayake, which might hint that we will be having, or we might be having, a new president towards the end of the day today.
All right, now that you mentioned about the curfew that has been extended, now observers called it the most peaceful elections. Why do you think that the curfew has been extended?
Absolutely. The election and the whole voting process was one of the most peaceful elections that Sri Lanka had seen in its voting history. But as of last evening, curfew was imposed from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. and just a few moments ago extended once again from 6 a.m. up to 12 noon. Now, according to government sources, this is purely done to ensure that the democratic process is secured and that voting takes place without any hindrance and purely for precautionary measures.
All right, that being said, now we talked about Ranil Wickremesinghe, who has come in third position as of the early countings. Now, he was hoping for a second term after he was able to somewhat stabilize the economy a little. Do you think he was not able to prove himself to the people?
It's just that the policies he took, a lot of people thought were a pill too bitter for the average citizen. And that is why I feel a lot of these citizens have now voted for that change. Keep in mind, in 2022, when Sri Lankans protested in Sri Lanka, in all across Sri Lanka, especially in the hearts of Colombo. They wanted change. They asked for change. They told the Rajapaksas to step down, and they allowed for the democratic process at that time and abided by the constitution, allowing for current President Ranil Wickremesinghe to be the next president. However, this is the first time that Sri Lankans have gone to polls to elect the country's leader. And this is purely their voices that are now being translated into votes.
All right, Dasani, thank you so much for joining us and giving the latest. We, of course, be keeping track of the news that comes in from there.